Wow, that's some question, isn't
Big
it?
one.
Immediate answer would be no.
Mm.
I would suggest, as a society, we're not probably conscious of everybody's needs, because obviously, as individual, our needs differ.
So I think we're definitely doing more as a society. I don't know if it's making it a universal human right, but here there is more awareness than there was even just a couple of years ago, but no, we're definitely not doing enough.
I don't think we're anywhere close to the finish line. I do think we've made steps towards it, specifically, in the media, in, open conversations. I just think we potentially need to change the rhetoric around what we're talking about in the media. Because if you go on, some of the stuff on the younger generation that they're using, you've got X, you've got TikTok, things like that. There is a lot of stuff on there that is really positive, but also a lot of stuff on there that's really not helpful.
It's, I think it's about appropriate understanding of those requirements, really.
I think one of the things we can do is help educate people. So I think, if in school, for example, when I was in education, there was so much time spent on physical health, like you would have PE lessons 3 times a week, and I think we should treat mental health in the same way.
If I had the powers to snap my fingers and do something, there'd be so many things that I would want to do. From changing the way people are seen when they're taking medication, changing the number of doctors that automatically prescribe medication, changing the number of the doctors that say, well, if you talked about it. Sometimes talking about it just isn't the answer. Sometimes, unfortunately, medication has to be the answer.
I suppose I would answer that with 3 words, which is compassion and understanding. And I think that in the first instance, it's all about listening and understanding, and until you get a true grasp of that, then I think you start to unravel what potentially could be the issue. A couple of times, somebody in HR has actually pulled me over and said, "Look, everything's all right," and it's been more empathetic. It's a more empathetic approach. So, sit down. What's going on? Are you coping with this? Is that happening? And there's a couple of other members of staff that have, said, "Is everything all right?" Just not about work. It's just like, "I noticed you've been a bit stressy lately. Can we talk about it?" And that kind of thing is really reassuring.
The one thing that I've personally had multiple conversations about with people is reiterating the fact that the wellbeing support that we do currently provide is completely confidential. In my job, I speak to people daily about the benefits we provide and things like that. And a question that comes up regularly is, if I bring this number, is it going to be confidential or does it come back to the business? And I have to remind people that yes, it's external business, it's an external service that is there. Obviously, if you're at a point where you're going to harm yourself or someone else, then things need to be flagged, but it is an external service, it is confidential to you.
We try to do quite a few events based around mental health, promoting it, talking about it. We are training mental health first aiders, not just at a manager level, but also at a peer-to-peer level, just so that they have more than one person they can reach out to. And it's not that anyone would be sort of punished or would miss out on promotions, but I know that that is a certain stigma around talking about your own mental health, and we're just trying to break that down, trying to make it an open conversation, letting people know that yes, they can reach out to anyone, and it's not that we can give advice, but we can at least go, there are people out there who care about you, and you're not alone, you're not on your own, you were very much cared about, and there's always something you can do. There is always a way to get help.